thank you. Now, for over 5 decades, Paula Wilcox has been a familiar face on our screens, playing so many characters, from Chrissy Plummer in the 70s sitcom Man About the House to Elaine Jones as well in Corrie. And now Paula back on our screens alongside Poldark star Eleanor Tomlinson in a brand new drama.
Do you know this man?
Oh, yes, of course.
You do?
Sure.
Who is he?
Are you joking?
No, I'm not, Mum. I need you to tell me.
He was on television. A dancer.
What?
Yeah, Bruce something.
No, Mum, this man's name's Martin.
Forsyth. Bruce Forsyth. You don't get anything for a pair, not in this game.
This is a new drama, The Fortune. Paula, it's so lovely to see you. Your character there we saw, she has dementia, but she's lucid at some point. So does she or does she not give vital information in this mystery? This is what makes it so intriguing.
It is fantastic, isn't it? And does she give information? Well, she doesn't really understand what's going on. As indeed, I think the audience doesn't at the moment, you know, at this point in time. But as you know the story...
Well, your character's daughter,
who
we see, that's Eleanor, who...
That's Eleanor Tomlinson, who plays Amanda.
She does.
And she's suddenly come into this fortune of money and a house, and she doesn't know who's left it to her. She doesn't know what to do. How has this happened? And she's with her mother, just on a visit, but she starts to ask her mother questions because she doesn't know who this person is. And it seems like her mother might have the answer. But the trouble is that, like you say, she's kind of in and out of dementia. So at times she's very lucid, and then suddenly you realise that she's talking about Bruce Forsyth. But I wasn't asking you about Bruce Forsyth. I was talking about something else. So it's really hard to know. I think the problem is that her mother kind of knows the answer to the question, but doesn't realise that she knows. She doesn't know what she knows, in other words.
Exactly.
Because Mum is confused.
I know, that's true. And a difficult part to play, because I know your mum had dementia, didn't she?
Yeah, she
Which
did.
Very, very... It's a horribly cruel disease.
Upsetting.
It's a horrible, cruel disease. You were saying, maybe couldn't have done this a wee while ago when it was still so raw. Yeah. But now it must, you know, because it's close to home, right?
It is quite close to home, so it was quite painful to think about it for quite a while.
I can imagine.
Because people change so much and you don't really know what's going on. But this was interesting because of the in and out nature of her dementia, so that, like, you so want her to be able to explain what she knows. And she does, she starts to, and then suddenly you've lost her again, and she's looking out into the garden thinking about trees. And that's exactly my experience with my mum. It's really hard to...
It's a very accurate portrayal of that disease. It really is, and maybe give people a better understanding of it as well while they're watching this. Really, gosh, it's very intriguing. I mean, it's very, very difficult to talk about without giving too much away, because there's lots and lots of twists and turns around the way, obviously.
And it happens to ordinary people too. I mean, these are really nice people. Amanda and her husband and their child. They're really nice, ordinary people.
And then their whole life gets kind of blown up by all of this. It really does. You and Eleanor really had a great bond, didn't you? I mean, you don't always get that, not always, but that must be a great part of the job when you just click and it just works.
It was great. And Eleanor was so generous with her time, you know, because she was in every scene and she was darting around all over the place. But we did find time to just kind of sit down and bond.
Of course.
And our scenes together were such a pleasure.
We're saying five decades of acting. So you started obviously as a very, you know, as a teen.
Yeah.
One of your first roles in Corrie?
It was.
It was, because you're quite a feisty wee character in that, as I do recall.
Yes.
Back in 1969.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes, that means I was 18 or 19.
Gosh.
Yeah. So it was major, and I think I was still waiting even to do The Lovers, which was the first thing I ever did.
Yeah, I remember that very well.
And but they'd sort of discovered me, so they started putting me into things at Granada, and Corrie was one of the first things that I did ever. it was like...
And the lovers, I remember, and
Wow.
of course everybody talks about Man About the House because
Yeah.
people have got such affection
Yeah.
for that sitcom. I mean, it was groundbreaking
Yeah,
at the
it
time.
was lovely.
There's Richard O'Sullivan, our James, who used to work here. That's his dad.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he always talked very fondly about his dad. And yeah, and you know what? You see, it's rerun all the time.
Yeah.
It's rerun all the time. You probably get about 2 pence or something. A wee check
Yes,
for
it's
2p.
not like Friends. I think
it's
they
not
get
like that. It's not
millions
like that.
every
It's not
year
like that.
for their repeat.
But it's just
We
so
don't.
interesting that then you started at Corrie and then, of course, you went back in again.
Yes.
You went back in
yes,
as this
many
really
years later.
interesting character, Tim's mum.
Yeah.
Who very narrowly escaped getting done in.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. So the door's open there. Did you enjoy your time back in Corrie?
did.
Would you like to go back?
I
Would it be something
did,
you'd
I
like to do?
did, and I was there during lockdown, so it was kind of weird because it was hard to get to know people really when you were there
Of
because
course.
everybody we were all having to keep a
Yeah,
distance and blah blah. So it would be nice to go back and do it, and get to know some people.
Why not? It would be great. Do you find, because it's so interesting, because an awful lot of actresses, when they get into their prime, and they say, do you know what, there's not that many roles around, there's not as many. I think somebody, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Meryl Streep or somebody that said there's more men called Chris getting roles over a certain age than there are women in Hollywood.
Oh, my.
But have you found in television, because you don't seem to ever stop working, is it different in TV?
I don't know. It might be.
Yeah.
But I think also the parts kind of get more interesting in a way. For me, they have anyway.
Yeah, they have.
I don't know why that is, but I think you're up against real problems sometimes, aren't you?
Yeah.
As an older person.
Sure.
In fact, and trouble with children and grandchildren, and there are lots of stories, and I think people are starting to realise, because we're all living much longer,
Mm-hmm.
people are starting to realise that there are some really good stories.
No, there are. I mean, like
older
this
people.
one, The Fortune is the same because it's through the ages,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the same without your character.
No.
It adds such a lot to the whole plot.
And The Fortune has so many kind of strange characters that come in and out,
Hmm.
and you don't know what they're all doing. And then and then you see somebody and you think, oh, he's acting a bit weirdly, and then he appears again somewhere else, and you think, what's he doing there? It's really interesting. When I was reading the scripts, I couldn't wait to I'd end one episode, and I
you
couldn't
just want
wait to start the
binge
next
it.
one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it starts Tuesday.
Yes, indeed.
9 o'clock on Channel 5. I wish you all the best with it. It's going to start getting people very intrigued as to what is going on. But it's a great premise, brilliant idea. Thank you so much, Paula. It's lovely to see you.
lovely to
Thank you
see
for
you
coming in.
again.
Great
Thank
to
you.
see you. Right after